Yeah, that's how you say it, right? Now, weekends are for chilling. That's what they say. But with Corba, every minute of your time is like a party. Corba makes life simple. It allows you to transfer funds across all bank accounts or mobile money wallets. You can top up airtime and data. You can pay your insurance, your TV, utility bills, and so much more with pleasure, anytime and anywhere. In addition, you get a free life insurance cover while you make your payments with Corba. This is more than you expected. Yeah, I know. Use Corba and enjoy life's little pleasures. Download Corba. It's spelled Korba. Get it on the Play Store or the App Store, or access it via the WhatsApp channel 0242 426 186, or just dial star 365 hash. Corba, our lives simplified.
Well, if owning a new home, buying a second home, or buying a land to build your dream home is one of your goals for 2021, then here's some real help from First National Bank. Because First National Bank has declared 2021 as the year of home ownership, YOHO 2021 to help make home ownership a reality for many Ghanaians. YOHO 2021 offers a unique opportunity for all resident and non-resident Ghanaians to access First National Bank's suite of home loan offers, get relevant advice on home ownership, and guidance to overcome some of the hurdles like documentation, titles, and credit history. Indeed, home ownership provides stability and wealth building opportunities. You can buy your dream home from our partner developers or choose to complete that project you started years ago. Take advantage of First National Bank's competitive interest rates and our promise to give you a decision on your home loan application in 5 working days, provided all requirements are met. Accept the YOHO 2021 challenge and apply for a home loans facility to ensure you are on the housing ladder by end of 2021. Call First National Bank on 0242 435050 or 0800 770522, or send a mail at GhanaHomeLoans at firstnationalbank.com.gh for more information. YOHO 2021, moving you from a tenant to a homeowner. First National Bank, how can we help you?
How indeed. All right, so let's see what's in the papers this morning.
Okay, I'm starting with the Ghanaian Times this morning. Government presents 20,000 wheelchairs to PWDs. And then there's an update on Operation Halt. Government won't stop excavator destruction as it fights to protect water bodies, forests. However, Raymond has some information on the law on that.
What the law says is simple. Minerals and Mining Act Amendment 2015, Act 900, Section 99, 5 is clear. Says where a person is arrested for an offense under subsection 3 or 4, any equipment used in or associated with the commission of the offense and any product derived from the commission of the offense shall, regardless of the ownership of the equipment or product, be seized and kept in the custody of the police. In fact, it details are right from there. Then there's a period where government gets to decide to give it a state institution. There's no provision for immediate destruction of it. As Occupy Ghana said, you can't use illegality to fight illegality. And consistently, we hearing the minister repeat that, yes, we will do that. This bravado is needless. Just follow the law.
I am even more concerned about the reason why government is doing something other than what the law prescribes. And I'm concerned about the reason why, because, you see, in the past, they did what the law prescribed, and the excavators went missing. So it's almost as if government is saying we don't trust ourselves.
We can't keep.
Yeah, if we take these things, we don't trust that we are not so corrupt that we end up giving them back to the owners. We don't trust that. So we're going to just destroy them. We're going to do something other than what the law prescribes. We're going to break the law because we think we're corrupt. I mean, it's almost as if that's what they're saying. You know, and it's unfortunate. If that indeed is the reason why they refuse to do what the law says, that would be unfortunate. This is a mission that must succeed.
Yeah.
Okay, that renewed effort that government has, it must succeed. It's a pity that little things like this are now becoming the sticking points.
All right, the last headline, no beach gathering, street carnival to mark the holiday tomorrow. That's it for the Ghanaian Times.
Now, the Finder is reporting this morning, Church of Pentecost bills enhance over 3.2 million prison infrastructure to government. And there's also Government World Bank presents 20,000 wheelchairs to PWDs. There's this, okay, so there's a different indication being given by the ministry, and this one is from Defense. So logistics of illegal miners rendered immobile. they've been seized. 28 excavators, 267 shamfans, and others seized so far.
Right.
It doesn't indicate here that it's been destroyed.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, before we go any further, does any of you have a headline about what happened yesterday at National Security with the arrest and
I don't.
interrogation
No,
of
I don't.
Caleb and Zoe?
I
I've
don't.
been looking through the papers. I mean, clearly,
Nothing?
the ones I have don't have any.
All right. Well, I mean, this happened quite late yesterday.
Yeah.
Caleb Kuda of City FM, reportedly arrested by National Security and then transported to his workplace where his colleague Zoe Abubedu was sought. And then the management of the company then took Zoe over to National Security. The full explanation was given by Bernard Avle, who last night made a very last-minute appearance on Paul Adum Ochi's Good Evening Ghana. Let's listen to the explanation he gave.
What did he say, Caleb?
He says he was filming some cars at the car park of the National Security Establishment. So there are two buildings. The ministry and then another building which is not labeled. This is Blue Gate area.
Yeah.
So there were some cars in a shed that he was filming and running commentary on his phone. I think he was recording it and saying something.
Oh, he was saying some things.
Yes.
But what was Caleb doing at National Security? Your statement said he went to visit somebody.
So well, we later found out that he had gone there to do. We didn't send him there, to be honest. He wasn't on an assignment.
Okay.
So I think he had gone to film some vehicles which had been abandoned. So
That's the purpose for which he went there?
yes,
Okay.
which we found out after we spoke to him when we got there.
Okay.
So the vehicles were under some shed. So this is at the other side of the car park, and he was filming the vehicles and sort of talking about cars having been left there.
Right. So you hear Bernard Avle referring to some vehicles that Mr. Kuda was filming. Now, we've been looking on social media and we've realized that these vehicles are likely to be connected to a story that Mr. Kuda was following earlier. He mentioned that there were some vehicles that he believed to be abandoned. They were supposed to belong to Maslock. They were supposed to be handed out to people so that they could use them, commercially, and that they had been abandoned, and people were clamoring for those vehicles. He then got a response from Maslock, and I think it was their deputy CEO, Ifeakoto. I want to read it so that the picture can be painted clearly. So Ifeakoto posted, and it says, I just got this false information from a journalist wall about Maslock cars. I will urge all to treat it with the contempt it deserves. We don't have a single car currently to disburse. These were the cars bought for GPRTU prior to 2016 elections, which had been disbursed years ago with the intervention of President Akufo-Addo. I believe, as journalists, one of the core mandates is to fact-check on issues before putting them out. Or this has changed overnight. Shame on you, Annie. I believe Annie Ampofo had shared Caleb Kuda's post. And so this was a response to Annie Ampofo. Shame on you, Annie. You need to grow in your ethics. And then it has hashtag fix your mind, Annie Ampofo. So that's Ifeakoto's post. So Evron Hughes apparently drew Caleb Kuda's attention to this, and Caleb Kuda had a response, which I will share. It's very short. I took this photo when I had the chance to go into the security zone where they were kept. So this post has a picture of the vehicles, okay, which means that Caleb Kuda has already been to the security zone and taken pictures. I shared it earlier and did so again today. This was on the 4th of May that he posted this, what I'm reading now. And did so again today as part of the Fix the Country campaign. Evron Hughes has, however, drawn my attention to an update by the Deputy Chief Executive of Maslock that the cars have been disbursed since I last saw them, hence they are no longer there. I am happy about the development and hereby take down my earlier post because according to Maslock, this one has not been left unfixed. So I'm fixing myself on that score. Apologies are duly rendered. That said, if you're a beneficiary or know anyone who has been a beneficiary, I'd be happy to engage you. So this is Caleb Kuda acknowledging what Maslock has said, that the vehicles have been disbursed, but also seeking to verify. Right. And then yesterday happened. Now, so many questions flying around. At least we've answered one of them. We know, presumably, why Caleb
went there.
Kuda went there to verify what he had been told. But he was arrested because that is a security zone with signage saying no photography. And so he was picked up. Now we need to learn more and educate ourselves as journalists and as members of the public on the right way to do certain things. Samson Ladiangenini joins us. He is this year's Journalist of the Year, actually last year's Journalist of the Year, GJA Journalist of the Year. He's the host of Newsfile, and he is a prominent Ghanaian lawyer. Samson, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning.
Now, let's get straight to the education on this. A journalist goes to a national security location and films something on the premises. It's not covert filming, not from what we understand. Right, wrong, what can you teach us about what was done and whether indeed it conforms with the law?
The general position of the law is where we start, very basics, and then we go to where there may be some exception. And the general position of the law is that the journalist or any person for that matter, you really don't have to be a journalist, but being a journalist gives you added protection because the Constitution clearly provides for you in chapters 5 and 12 and mandates you as a journalist to do certain things. Just in the same way, the Constitution that creates the government, that creates the executive, creates the legislature and creates the judiciary, clothes them with power to do certain things. So the basic principle of law is if you are a creature of law, the law will provide you the mechanics, as in will be the manual through which you work. So if you're a journalist, it actually helps because there is specific provision for you to guide you and to protect what you do, which will not come under certain, limitations. Now, if you are a journalist or you are not, and there is something that is going on in the public place, you are entitled to capture same and reflect same to the rest of us, more particularly because you are a journalist, reflect the same thing to the rest of us so that we get to see. Because we all have a stake in this enterprise called the state. It is the reason in the very preamble of the Constitution, which is the supreme law of this country, the very preamble, going to Articles 1 and going through the Constitution, you find it all over there, that the real power of this country, sovereignty, the real power of this country, the law says, resides in the people, and in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised, and exercised in a manner and within the limits laid down in the Constitution. Now, because we all have a stake, and because the Constitution provides us certain duties, including in Article 40, 41, where it says that we have a duty to preserve the name of this republic. We have a duty to pay our taxes and work conscientiously. But we also have a duty to protect, to preserve public property and to combat misuse and waste. So if a journalist will take their camera, will take their pen, will take their phone to reach to that public place and capture that article, which you are misusing, which you are leaving to waste, to reflect it to all of us. They are simply conducting a duty that the Constitution allows. And in Article 162, Clause 5, it says that they have a duty to reflect all of these things to the people, not to themselves as journalists, but to the people. The people, the Constitution says, sovereignty resides in, and in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of the state or government must be exercised. So this is where there is the interest. This is where there is a corresponding interest that we all have. And because we all cannot be at all the places, the journalist then has that duty to now capture these things and reflect them to us.
Right.
So basic principle, as happened, and we went to court in the matter involving Efia Pokua, involving Jojo Kobina. I've done a number of these cases, and the courts have consistently said that as a journalist, if you are looking for information, you use straightforward means. However, if the straightforward means will be frustrated, then like the GDA code allows, you can use some other means to get the information. And Kukubaku will always say subterfuge.
Yeah.
Right. So
okay.
that is what it is.
All right.
Now, coming to national security. In the same way, the same Constitution provides, particularly in Article 18 and 2, Clause 2, that the privacy of our conversations, our communication, and our correspondences are protected, except the caveat that is provided, where you are in an act that will result in a crime, or you are committing a crime, or you are doing something that will cost the country economically, or that will endanger the health of the country, then the protection is taken away. And therefore, anybody has the right to invade that private place, even if you are engaged in something that is private, but it will endanger all of us, or you are committing a crime. That protection is taken away by the state. Now, Kujo, if you went to a place and you were taking videos or filming as a journalist, and this is a
Samson,
public place.
forgive me.
Yes.
I have to cut in because it's time for the BBC. But we
Okay.
definitely will come back for the rest of that explanation and education. Samson Ladianyenini,
You're welcome.
right there. Okay, so let's take the BBC News brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
I nearly gave up on driving out of frustration. What hadn't I done? Purging, replacing electrical parts, changing my fuel pump, and still, the engine noise in my car won't stop. Then I met this guy who said I should